Hello and welcome back to my walkthrough to Crash Bandicoot 3 here on the Crash Bandicoot Sane Trilogy. In the last episode we got our penultimate Platinum Relic here in the first warp room. We now have 4 of the 5 that we need in order to unlock the first. So first of all it unlocks the secret warp room in the middle, and it will be unlock the first level of that secret warp room too. But in order to do that, we first need to get a relic here on Makin Waves. And this one is one of the tougher ones from what I've heard. It's, I remember it being one of the earliest platinums that I got on the original. And yet at the same time I remember it being very, very hard to sort of replicate it when I had the chance. You know, when you're then looking at it at a later point. So let's see how we fare here. With the new jet ski controls as well, obviously, to just to bear in mind that they are there, and they will be slightly changing how okay, so far so good. That used to give you a life in the original if you could take out the guy on the boat. Okay, so that might be a case where we just plow through, and we miss a big 3 box. So that's almost okay. I'm assuming that going over that boost is slightly faster, but I might be wrong. Plenty of things I don't yet know about this. There are lots of things that we could do to sort of explore this a bit more in terms, but I just want to get a sort of a baseline, just to know what sort of time we're going to be dealing with, which does kind of require me to finish a run. I mean, there are a few places here and there where we could definitely just plow through with the with our Akkus rather than like trying to dodge mines and things like that. But 5712, so yeah, that's definitely gold. I don't quite remember what the platinum time was. Probably something in the 55s, maybe. But 5512, not too bad as a starter, I would say. So let's have a look. 5623, okay, so less than a second. Less than a second off. I think we can definitely pick up a second on that run. I think there's definitely a second to be found from that previous run that we just did. I remember in the you know, back when you're sort of like, you know, I would get really obsessive on these sort of things. I really want to try and work out, oh, what's the exact fastest way of approaching these sort of speed runs. And so you'd be like super practicing that first little bit over and over and over again, really trying to work out exactly what is the fastest way to start the level? What's the best way to start the level as we get hit by the ball? Like, should I be taking the jump? Should I be cutting the corner? and you're just looking at the micro, you know, the milliseconds on the first time box to try and see how you're doing relative to your previous one. And I always find that amusing because then obviously that completely falls apart as soon as you sort of get anywhere further into a run, because you're just like, and you're just thinking, I just want to finish this one. At least that's certainly how I often feel. So I know in the original it was faster to skip through there if you could. Obviously we had the rower sort of blocking our routes, which is not ideal, because something else you could do is sort of skip through those mines there, so you don't need to do a sharp turn afterwards, and that was not ideal. But again, with these sort of things, I think a good idea is to sort of to pick a point where you can sort of say, okay, this is going to be my reference, you know, time box or something like that, and then try and go from there. Okay, so what? So maybe we'll take like this one, this 2 over the jump. So 29.03 from this run, which seems pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it so far. And now I'm not very happy with it because that's a big 3 box missed. Always good when you miss the when you actually miss the clock. Okay, so in answer to my question when I was doing the Tell No Tales episode, I was thinking, how do I get the boxes underwater? It looks like if you hold forwards, that's how you get those boxes. We end up 29.22 there. Let's try this. Just cut through there. Desperately avoid that. And we should be able to grab our next loot and immediately lose it. Oh, a little slow through there. Okay, 54, 55, straight line it. 56, 56 is almost there, but not quite. So less than half a second now. This is not as bad as I feared it would be. I think it's, you know, I mean, I know I'm making mistakes, and I know that there's not a huge margin for error, but I mean, it obviously helps that the level itself is pretty simple. Okay, grab that. Okay, we did hit both of those, which is good. And we did hit both of those. I think our lines here are generally a little bit better, so this should hopefully be faster. It feels faster. And what we can do is just beeline it through there. And then assuming we don't make anything silly. 56, 26! So it was faster, but not quite fast enough. So yeah, we were not going to get there. We need to be very low 54s if we want to get 56 by the end, I think. Straight through. And we missed the boxes. All of that work, and then you just miss the boxes there. Okay. $29.06, so a little slower than last time. Okay. Okay, 54.35 might be good enough. 56.22, which is good enough. There we go. Okay, lovely. I didn't think that would be for some reason, but I think that is like 1/100th fast enough to grab it. So that might actually be my closest platinum so far. I don't know if I have had the platinum, which I've only just got as much as that, but. Also, the previous time when I said we were like less than a tenth of a second, we were like an absolutely minuscule amount off. Okay, so there's definitely some leeway there. It's not easy. It's probably like a solid like sort of 6 out of 10 maybe. Like the time is pretty tight, but the level itself is very simple, and you really don't, because of the limited controls, because you know you're not like jumping and all that sort of stuff. You only really need to concentrate on the lines that you're taking and all of that stuff. But anyway, there we go. So that is Warp Room 1 done. That gives us 5 platinum relics to start off with. An excellent start. I hope you have enjoyed this episode, and I hope you'll join me on the next episode where we will be continuing our collection of relics as we move into World 2. And there you have it in the middle. The secret Warp Room has been revealed. So I'll see you in the next time where we'll take on G-Wiz.